Hello, and thank you for visiting the Prepared Outside of Massachusetts and obtaining your first teacher license component of the Massachusetts Educator Licensure Series, also referred to as MELS. The intent of this presentation is to provide general information to individuals prepared as teachers outside of Massachusetts who are interested in obtaining their first teacher license in the Commonwealth. The phrase prepared as a teacher outside of Massachusetts may apply to individuals who completed a teacher preparation program outside of Massachusetts and/or possess a teacher license from another state or jurisdiction. If you were prepared as a teacher in Massachusetts, please visit the Prepared in Massachusetts in obtaining your first initial teacher license component of MELS. Otherwise, let's begin an overview of temporary, provisional, and initial teacher licenses offered, requirements to obtain, and means to satisfy and document requirements. Throughout this presentation, there will be references to finding additional information such as guides, forms, and other websites. Links to these resources can be found within the overview located directly beneath this video. Massachusetts teacher licenses consist of fields, levels, and types. Fields represent the subject, population, or professional role specified in the title of a license. For example, math, early childhood, or teacher of students with moderate disabilities. Levels represent the range of grades within which a given license is valid. And types represent different stages of licensure, generally advancing from provisional to initial and from initial to professional. Types also include a temporary license. When selecting the type of license you are seeking, please keep the following in mind. A professional license cannot be obtained as your first teacher license. Educators with at least 3 years of experience under a valid teacher license from another state or jurisdiction may qualify for a temporary license. Massachusetts tests for educator licensure, or MELS, are required to obtain a provisional or initial license. However, MELS are not required for a temporary license. And applicants seeking a core academic license as their first initial teacher license are required to possess the Sheltered English Immersion teacher endorsement. However, obtaining a core academic provisional license does not require possession of this endorsement. Therefore, educators prepared as core academic teachers outside of Massachusetts may opt for a provisional license. Let's take a closer look at the temporary license. Those who have a bachelor's degree, hold a valid license in a field and grade level that are comparable to the Massachusetts license sought, and have 3 years of employment in the role of the license may qualify for a temporary license. Please be advised that an individual who has failed any part of a Massachusetts test for educator licensure applicable to the license sought or passed all MELS applicable to the license sought is not eligible for a temporary license. Please note that the department does not consider a test failed and subsequently passing that test as a failed test. A temporary license is valid for 1 year of employment and is non-renewable. Educators employed under a temporary license for 1 year have a professional responsibility to obtain a provisional or an initial license before starting the next year of employment in the role of the license in a public school or other setting where possession of the valid license is required by Massachusetts law. As previously mentioned, individuals who complete a teacher preparation program outside of Massachusetts and/or possess a teacher license from another state or jurisdiction may qualify for an initial Massachusetts teacher license. The initial license is valid for 5 years of employment. Individuals may extend the initial license for an additional 5 years of employment if necessary. This slide contains an overview of the basic requirements for initial licensure, specifically for individuals prepared as teachers outside of Massachusetts. These requirements include possession of a bachelor's degree, a passing score on the Communication and Literacy Skills Test, all applicable subject matter tests, and submission of evidence of one of the 4 options noted. When a competency review is required, evidence of options 1, 2, or 3 satisfies the subject matter knowledge requirements. Beyond these basic requirements, earning an initial license may require possession of the SEI teacher endorsement. Individuals earning the Teacher of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing license, American Sign Language Total Communication, are required to achieve a passing score on the Sign Language Proficiency Interview for American Sign Language Test, often referred to as the SLIPI. Throughout this presentation, the phrase prepared as a teacher outside of Massachusetts applies to individuals who have satisfied one of the four options noted on this slide. Before we go any further, it would be helpful to gain an understanding of licenses that are not SEI core and licenses that are SEI core. The license fields noted on the right are SEI core. Therefore, earning one of these licenses as your first initial teacher license requires possession of the SEI teacher endorsement. Now is a good time to mention the provisional teacher license and the impact it may have on individuals prepared as teachers outside of Massachusetts. If you meet all requirements for an initial license with the exception of possession of the SEI teacher endorsement, chances are you qualify for the provisional license in the same field and at the same grade level of the initial license. Individuals in this situation may earn the provisional license and obtain the SEI teacher endorsement down the road. Please do not worry if you inadvertently apply for a license type and you are better suited for another. Reviewers of applications advise such applicants and permit them to change the license type sought. If applicable, please visit the Obtaining a Provisional Teacher License component of MELS. Individuals prepared as a teacher outside of Massachusetts for a license comparable to one of these licenses may earn the Massachusetts license as the first initial teacher license by satisfying the following: possession of a bachelor's degree, achieving passing scores on both components of the Communication and Literacy Skills test, and achieving a passing score on corresponding subject matter tests. In addition, individuals seeking a core academic license are required to possess the SEI teacher endorsement. The SLIPI is required for the Teacher of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing American Sign Language Total Communication license. As a reminder, links to additional information about the MTEL and the SLIPI are contained within the overview located directly beneath this video. Individuals prepared as a teacher outside of Massachusetts for a license comparable to one of these licenses may earn the Massachusetts license as their first initial teacher license by satisfying the following: possession of a bachelor's degree, achieving passing scores on both components of the Communication and Literacy Skills test, achieving a passing score on corresponding subject matter test, and possession of the SEI teacher endorsement. Due to amendments to the regulations, applicants attempting to earn any of these licenses must apply and satisfy all requirements prior to July 1st of 2019. Currently, there are no specific subject matter tests established for these licenses. As previously conveyed, individuals prepared as teachers outside of Massachusetts solely through option 4, noted on slide 6 for a license comparable to one of these licenses, are required to successfully complete a competency review. The History 1 through 6 and General Science 1 through 6 licenses provide an option of achieving a passing score on a subject matter test intended for the 5 through 12 grade level in lieu of a competency review. If applicable, please view the competency review guide found through the link contained within the overview located directly beneath this video to learn more about the competency review requirements. To document possession of a bachelor's degree, applicants should upload an official undergraduate transcript that includes the registrar's signature, verifying a bachelor's degree conferred, along with the conferral date, and all coursework within. The degree must be completed through a college or university accredited by a recognized organization. Applicants who earn a degree outside of the United States through a college or university not accredited by a recognized organization should upload a degree equivalency report made by a nationally recognized agency. Statute requires a bachelor's degree, therefore applicants with graduate degrees still must submit verification of a bachelor's degree. MELS consists of the Communication and Literacy Skills Test and Subject Matter Tests. Additional information pertaining to how to upload documents, recognized accrediting organizations, nationally recognized agencies, and MELS can be found through the links contained within the overview located directly beneath this video. In addition to an official transcript verifying a bachelor's degree conferred, individuals seeking a temporary license should upload a copy of their valid educator license that is comparable to the field and grade level of the temporary license sought in Massachusetts. They should also upload a completed school-based employment verification, induction, and mentoring form or a letter as noted on this slide, verifying employment under the license for at least 3 years. Remember, an individual who has failed any part of an applicable MELS test or passed all applicable MELS is not eligible for a temporary license. You can find the school-based employment verification, induction, and mentoring form through the links beneath this video. In addition to uploading an official transcript noting a bachelor's degree, individuals prepared outside of Massachusetts through a teacher preparation program accepted by the Commissioner should also upload official transcripts noting all coursework within their program and an endorsement from the program provider. Endorsements must specify the field and grade level of the program completed and may be included on an official transcript, in a letter written on official letterhead signed by the Register, Dean, or Certification/Licensure Officer, or on the verification of completion of an approved educator preparation program outside of Massachusetts form. Individuals eligible through possession of a license from another state should upload a copy of their license that is comparable to the initial license sought, or a letter signed by an authorized signatory, written on official letterhead from the issuing authority stating the field, grade level, and type of the license held. If you cannot obtain either of the above noted documents, you may upload a copy of the issuing authority's electronic file verifying the license you hold, along with the official URL for that file. You can find the verification of completion of an approved educator preparation program outside of Massachusetts form and the foreign teacher panel guidelines through the link directly beneath this video. Individuals may earn the SEI teacher endorsement through any of the following means: passing score on the Sheltered English Immersion Test, MELS, possession of a Massachusetts English as a Second Language or English Language Learner's License. This license cannot be a temporary license or a professional license that is invalid. Successful completion of a department-approved course of study specific to providing sheltered English instruction. The standalone course provider or approved program provider verifies this option electronically. A bachelor's degree in a major approved by the department or other graduate level training approved by the department. This option is also known as the transcript review and generally involves the completion of graduate courses completely covering the subject matter knowledge and skill requirements set forth in the regulations. Additional information about all of these options can be found through the SEI link contained within the overview located directly beneath this video. Please keep the following in mind. Obtaining a license may legally permit a district to employ you in the role of the license. The initial license is valid for 5 years of employment. Individuals may extend the initial license for an additional 5 years of employment if necessary. Educators employed under an initial license for 5 years have a professional responsibility to possess an extension or advance the initial to a professional license before starting their next year of employment in the role of the license in a public school or other setting where possession of the valid license is required by Massachusetts law. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about educator licensure in Massachusetts. Thank you also for being an educator or aspiring to become one. Your efforts are commendable and greatly appreciated. We hope this component of MELS has been helpful. Please visit other components of the series for additional information about educator licensure. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to call the Licensure Call Center at 781-338-6600 or stop by and visit us in person at our walk-in service counter at 75 Pleasant Street, Malden, Mass.